Hey everybody, I'm John Granato. You can listen to me mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. That is Josh Jordan. You can hear him weekends on Moneyline on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. And he's also the editor of SportsMapHouston.com. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so that you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Hey, Josh, McCullers injury, the pitching, we've seen the starting pitching. It's really not good here in the ALCS. And now we're wondering, okay, can you pay Correa and can you bolster the pitching staff this offseason? I think that's a pretty good question right now. Altuve and Bregman are going to be up after the 24 season, but you still got Tucker. You still got Jordan. I mean, you want to keep the core together, but what is the core right now? If Bregman continues to hit if Correa's hitting like this and Bregman's hitting like this, is Correa the core and not Bregman the core?
I think it's got to be Correa. And the game that we just saw last night against the Red Sox, that just shows me Correa is the one that got that thing going late in the game. He's the driving force of this team. And I think you got to find a way to keep him. And I keep seeing these arguments that it's either Correa or you upgrade the pitching. But why can't you do both? I think you can do both.
Yeah, I mean, there is that argument to be made, but Bregman's a $30 million guy next year. Altuve's a $30 million guy. Now you're losing all the Verlander money, you're losing the Greinke money, so that's a positive. And there is no real guy out there. Gossman, I don't know how much he's going to make. Stroman's going to make. They're going to be 19, 20. I've seen projections 19, 20, $21 million players. So you got some wiggle room. I don't think that there's any question about it. Bregman has had his injuries as well. The question is are you an organization that philosophically you're going to give a 10-year deal to? And so far, Jim Crane has not been that guy. He hasn't extended anybody more than 5 years so far. And he has said that. I'm not a 10-year guy. And you know what? The Yankees, Cashman has come out and said, we need a shortstop. So you know what the Yankees are going to do? They're going to offer 8 to 10 years. And I don't know that the Astros are going to match that.
I think they might have to change their philosophy for certain players, and I think Carlos is one of those guys. I think you could take Verlander's money, allocate that on a yearly basis to Correa. Then you have Greinke's money that you could use to go get some pitching here in the offseason to add to your rotation. And then everybody talks about we got to save up for Jordan, we got to save up for Tucker. Well, Bregman and Altuve will be free agents a year before those guys come up to where their contracts are over. So I would make the argument you could take Bregman and Altuve's money and pay that to Tucker and Jordan.
Yeah, but you're discounting the arbitration years where both guys are going to make a lot of money.
They are, and we saw some of that.
Maybe they're not free agents yet, and they can sign those big deals, but they're still going to get a lot of money in arbitration. Especially Jordan and Tucker, both of those guys are going to make a lot of money in arbitration. So, and then then there's salary cap, luxury tax implications and everything else that you're going to have to deal with. We'll talk more about it in just a minute. But for me, my official beer of baseball, my official beer of watching the playoffs, my official beer of 7 runs in the 9th inning, my official beer of barbecuing while I'm watching a playoff game, my official beer of golf, poker, my official beer of my life is Coors Light. Cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. If you're looking for the world's most refreshing beer, make it your official beer for your life. I don't know what kind of beer Christian Javier drinks, but I'd like to buy him one. I'd like to buy him a cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light because he's been pitching his ass off. And I don't know. I think we make these judgments because last year Urquidy, and we've seen Urquidy step up in the World Series. We've seen Urquidy, pitch great in the postseason too. And then we saw other Urquidy. We've seen Garcia, who kind of has fallen off, but with more stamina in years to come. Is Christian Javier maybe somebody that you think you might be able to rely on and not have to go get another pitcher?
I think you can do both. Once again, I think you need to get somebody else, but I also think you want Javier to move to the rotation. I didn't like it when he was moved out of the rotation earlier this year. They wanted to make Jake Odorizzi a thing, which I get, and Garcia came on and pitched well too, so I understand why they did it. But I think Christian Javier's got great stuff, and the big knock on him is he hasn't, been able to be pinpoint accurate. He had some issues with walking guys. And, he was talking to Julian Morales the other day before these last couple appearances, and he said he was letting his front side fly open, and he's been really working on keeping that closed. And we've seen some results. He's been a lot better his last couple appearances.
Well, I think we're probably talking about the same thing. You agree you need pitching.
Yes.
But you're of the opinion that you're not worried about the other guys because Carlos Correa is a core player. Would you rather have Correa than Bregman?
Yes.
Would you? Okay. What about Tucker and Jordan? I don't know that it's an either or because, like you said, Altuve's money is going to come up. You think Altuve's done after 2024?
He's 31 now, kinda. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Altuve can keep on playing, and I think Altuve is going to be a lifer. I think he's going to take a big cut, but I think Altuve will probably be here, and he can play second base up until he's 36, 37 years old. And I think that he's also a guy that you would hate to see because he would go to another team. He's not going to be done at 34 years old. I think that's a guy that you would love to see back here too.
I would, but not for over $30 million a year.
No. Obviously, he's going to have to take a pay cut, and he probably will. But Bregman, you think he's going to take a pay cut when he's up?
I don't. I think you might just you got your chance with Bregman. He took the early money, gave you a discount, and enjoy it while you have him. And then who knows what Bregman's going to want to do, but you can't keep everybody. And to me, just, what I'm watching in these games is Correa's the difference maker. I don't want to lose that guy.
Yeah. No, me either, obviously. But you've also got Brantley and Yuli that you're going to have to replace soon. You're also going to have to replace catcher soon. I mean, I think there's a lot. It's a lot more difficult decision, especially when you're talking about a 10-year deal for a guy that has been injury prone in his career. I think it's risky business right now with Carlos Correa, and I don't think the Astros are going to take that risk. I just don't.